Okay, today we are going to take apart this key. It's my Subaru key for my Liberty, and it hasn't been working too well lately. Well, since I bought it, to be honest. So, we're gonna try and fix it today. The screw's so finicky. Plus it's stripped as well, so it's not the best. This car's had a few owners. So once that screw is out, you just have to pry open the cover by, just getting under it. There we go. Once you pry it up enough, you get access to the back of your key fob. So, I've already replaced this battery once, so we don't have to do that again. I did confirm it's not the battery. And we're kind of just going with this together because of the lighting as well. So there's a little tab at the back there. You pull this out like that, and there you go. There's the actual key fob out of the case. Not sure what that is. But now I think the problem is under here because these buttons do not work well. So I'm going to try and give it a clean. I think you can take this waterproofing off. We get access to the back of the board, and can't see anything bad on the back here, but I'm not sure how well we're gonna go fixing this because I can't see any major issues. I guess we'll take off the battery first. So I don't think there's any real way of doing this well, except just sliding it out. And look at this, it all looks pretty fine to me. I'm gonna try and clean it anyway. So grab this bit of car delay there and just so I don't damage the disc further. I'm going to use some rubbing alcohol. Just going to spray it on. There we go. Give it a nice coating. And the old trusty used toothbrush. It's going to give it a bit of a clean down. All of those connections need to be cleaned just in case there's any hidden bits of corrosion. I'm going to do the front and back just because why not? Might as well try and revive this key. So, it's looking pretty good. Again, I don't see anything too majorly wrong. There's no evidence of large water egress or anything. Maybe I'll go over it with a bit of just a Q-tip. Try and get in between all those bridges. Yeah, these are where the buttons sit, and that's where the problem area is. These buttons don't seem to work too well. They feel alright to press. It's not like they are broken or anything. Get that camera in the right place. There we go. Just giving everything a bit of a good clean with that rubbing alcohol. Probably go over it again with the toothbrush, and then we'll move on to the other side. Just make sure the battery's out whilst you're doing this. We're being pretty gentle here because we don't want to mess up anything. I mean, look, it's already broken. There's not much more harm I can do to this, but I'd rather fix it than not have it working, because it's a little bit annoying and not being able to unlock all the doors at once. Just ask any of my friends in it. They just yeet and tug on the handle. Alright. Now, whilst this side dries nice and shiny, we can move on to the back side here. I have a feeling this might be where there's a bit of corrosion with that battery. I'm not sure how much abuse this key's had in its life. Just gonna give this a nice, good coating of rubbing alcohol. It's gonna start really getting nice and deep with this toothbrush. Try and get in under all the connections. To be honest, it's quite therapeutic in a way. Ooh, there actually was a bit of corrosion. I wonder if the camera picks it up. Just here. There's a bit of black stuff. Not really sure what that is, but it's not on any important part, but I'll give it a clean anyway. See if we can get that off. There we go. Being quite ruthless is this side, just because it's the side with the battery. You don't know if the battery's leaked, even though it's a little, button cell. Any battery can, be a bit detrimental when it leaks. And my Liberty's had a good solid 4 owners, so I'm the lucky 5th one, and I've repaired almost everything on it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another video up about fixing it, retightening the wheel bearing bolts, because I've fixed both wheel bearings on the front and rear, suspension, as well as a couple other things, like attempted to fix the airbag module, which still not perfect, but when I get a bit more money we'll try and figure that out. There we go. Now I've got the other spare key as well, which I'll probably do off camera. If this one doesn't work, we can see if we can try and get the other one too. Yeah, these little pins are quite bent out of shape. I'll try and just give them a bit. Now we'll finish off with a bit of a gentle clean with a Q-tip in between all the hard to reach places. all of those connections. I'm going to try and flatten this end of the Q-tip, see if we can get under some of those more delicate parts. There we go. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Now it's going to dry off a bit before we put it back together, but that alcohol will evaporate. It's looking pretty clean, if I do say so myself. There we go. Well, I'm going to cut the video here until it dries, and I'll tune back in when it's done. Alright, we are back. This now has some sufficient time to dry. It's looking clean as far as I can tell. It's just a bit of, stuff there, but shouldn't affect it at all. I guess we'll start by putting this battery back in. This is a CR1616 3V. So we'll go ahead and put this back in. This is a very interesting way to put a battery in there, but she's nice and secure, hopefully. Like, who knows, maybe these are just worn out, they don't clamp down properly, but we shall see. Try fiddling with that next if this cleaning has not helped. Now next we'll be putting on this waterproof cover. So I guess we'll just line up the sides. I guess you can see now which buttons do what. There we go. So should the camera will focus. Just pop in there without any trouble. Looks like it's sufficiently in. Actually, real quick, how do these buttons work? They just press down. Yep, they do. Cool. So now once the cover's back on, we've got this little, I guess it's like a, if I was to guess, like a little retention arm. And how does this get on? I assume a little bit turning, we can match up the shape. Chuck that back around the waterproof little rubber cover with the buttons. It should just sit in there nicely. Try to get it in frame for you guys. Now we'll chuck it back into its little home. Again, just lining up the buttons, obviously. I found it's a little bit annoying trying to get this little retention ring in. Kind of gotta really finagle it because it likes to pop out. Gotta really make sure all of these sides are in. It's never an easy job, this one. can be quite annoying. Perfect example. It's right there. Likes to pop out. Why they did this to the key? Nobody knows. Okay, we'll do one more try. Let's give it the good news this time, I think. A toothpick might be your best friend here. It's never a more fiddly device. There we go. A little bit of the good news, we got it in. Cool. Make sure your buttons are all nice and pressed in. Everything should be fine there. Now, just a matter of reassembling this key. And then it kind of just pops in, closes up. Make sure it's all clipped around. You can see where the previous owners have had a nice fun job at taking apart this key multiple times. They're all idiots. Anyway, get this little screw. This can be finicky, especially if it's as destroyed as mine. And you just tighten that bad boy up. I'm feeling it skipping threads, but it's destroyed anyway, so it really doesn't matter. It's just gotta hold this thing together. Try in quotation marks, keep water and dirt and shit out of it. I mean, bleed. Alright. That's the key back together. Time to put my epic shout out Mighty Covers keychain on. And let's go test this thing. I'm not expecting great things, but god damn it, if it works, it'll be great. Now we're down at my Subaru. We're gonna test this key out. Oh. It's working a million times better than before. Still a bit funky sometimes, gotta press it twice. But it works. Last time I was working 5%, now we've got a 95%. That's good by me.